All right, I think we are good to go. NHL lines, AHL lines, all pretty much set. Let's see if Stillman and Sikora can provide that secondary offense that we just were not getting from Purcell and Verbata. Obviously, it's tough to make changes at 18-6-1, as Corey Potter is on waivers. Now we don't need him. But we did have a clear-cut issue, so makes sense to try and make changes. And Colton Gillies draws into the lineup and immediately gets hurt. You love to see it. A look at the draft class this year. Obviously, there will be some generated dudes, which fucking sucks, but there's no way to stop it. Nikita Kucherov, Johnny Gaudreau, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Gabriel Landeskog, Jonathan Huberdeau, Mika Zibanejad, Mark Scheifele, Sean Couturier, Dougie Hamilton, Jalen Bennington, okay, Brandon Saad, Adam Larson, JT Miller, Jonas Brodin, Ryan Strome, and more. But it is that draft that we're looking at here. So flat out, we don't care for 2 to 5. Yeah, not really. I mean, this definitely isn't a season where we need to end up with a top 5 pick. Not at all. Not at all. If we do, cool. If we don't, it's not a deal breaker for us. Let's get Colton back in there. Remember when that was the normal draft, watching 2BC? Now it's a retro draft. Aging is fun, isn't it? Akeem Alou's out with a pulled groin. How have we been doing this month? Only a couple wins. Still some more close to 500 hockey this month. That's not the end of the world, but it's also not totally ideal. In theory, though, that would help us just kind of roll from the hot start that we had this year, pretty much straight to success. So let's get Alou back in there. All right, lost to Washington. We got Buffalo again. All right, at least we proved we can beat Buffalo. And then we beat Dallas 10-4. So 24-10-1. Happy New Year. 24-10-3, I should say. 5th best offense, 4th best goals against average. Our penalty kill still sucks. So if we are not getting scoring out of the likes of Stillman and Sikora, I just need to look to add in some depth, defensive players. 2 ways, I should say. Corey Stillman, 7 points in 12 games. That's not terrible. He is on a 47-point pace with us. That's pretty damn good, actually. How's Peter Sikora looking? 8 points in 12 games with 6 goals. It's not bad. They're doing okay. I am still worried about that PK, though. I'm still worried about that PK. It takes so long for these menus to load now. It's crazy. How's Ryan Malone doing? 34 points. I mean, Malone's almost a point per game. Well, our penalty kill sucks, but there's really not much to change about it. Unless we wanted to, upgrade on defense instead of forward. Not much I can do with Mazzaros or Hedman, but Morris down to a 3rd pair guy? No. New assistant coach. That is also an option, yeah. It's probably our best bet. Let's fire our NHL goalie coach there. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so we can bump up Reich. All right, so McPherson will drop you down. We'll bump up Reich. And then Jaffrey as the head coach. Bump him down. See what we can do. Smart GM, man, sir. I guess, yeah. Can't give you too much credit. Can't let you get a big ego about it, you know? All right. Well, Simon of the month. Wish we could shuffle around coaches without having to fire one. Yep. It's a small quality of life thing, but it would indeed improve quality of life. So, that's the way it goes, though, isn't it? Just don't have too much of a response to it. It's like, yep, that would be nice. It would be. We're not doing too well this month. Victor Hedman goes down to injury. Say hello to top pairing defenseman Matt Smobby for a game. Jeff Skinner still showing up as an 81 kind of concerns me, I gotta be honest. I don't feel like we're seeing much development out of him so far. And then we still have a really good record. I can't complain too much. Can't complain too much. Peter Sikora goes down for a week and a half or so. Deal with that. So 31, 14, and 3, but the Caps have managed to jump us for the division lead. As our penalty kill is still right where it typically is. But man, we have 5 games at hand on Washington, but we're 6 points back. I'm not surprised the Caps are going to prove to be a bit of an issue. I mean, we saw that top line. That top line's insane. All right. Say Skinner went up a point. Todd Fedoruk is in. Ugh. Let's get like Adam Hall up there. There we go. Stillman, 16 points in 23 games. I cannot complain at all about Corey Stillman. Not at all. How's Radulov doing? Not much of a sniper, but he's doing very well. I'm a bit concerned he's more of a playmaker. We still could probably... I mean, then again, Adrian Aucoin's a plus 22. It's Derek Morris, plus 6. I mean, I guess we could look for like a big impact right defenseman. Goaltending hasn't been too stellar. I need to take a look at like the top save percentages in the league right now. See what the definition of a good save percentage is for this season to see if Crawford's actually been the issue. Let's see what we got. Really, anything above a 9-10 is considered stellar right now. And very few goalies have been able to do that, at least those that are starters. So, but could still be worth looking to make that move. Let's see who's out there for goalies that are on the block. Again, I typically look for other teams' trade blocks just because lesser value. Jose Theodore, 903. He hasn't been any better than who we have. Andre Pavelec has been dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Boston is looking to move Tim Thomas. Looking to move Tim Thomas. I'm intrigued. I mean, let's be honest. Even though he's not, like, Tim Thomas is the most Florida man goaltender of all time. Alex Auld? No. If we're going for anybody, man, it's Tim Thomas. Hey, he played for the Florida Panthers. Why would he play for us? Yaroslav Halak. Oh, baby. All right, we're looking at Boston. We're looking at Montreal. Not so much Martin Biron. It's going to be Boston or Montreal, isn't it? Ty Conklin. Yeah. Okay, first and foremost, Tim Thomas will not come here because of the no trade clause. He does not want to come to Tampa. So if we are looking at a goalie, it's Yaroslav Halak. And even with an open block, they don't want to move him. We'll see if they change their mind in the future. But we got to keep an eye out on Yaroslav Halak as we get closer to the trade deadline. So Crawford and company, you guys got a month to prove I can rely on you come playoff time. Or you are out of here. Peter Score is healthy. That's good. Let's see. So we do this. We do that. And we bring back old Peter Score. Not bad. Vaguely remember the Do We Trade Price or Halak era. Clearly they made the wrong choice. Clearly. What did Carey Price ever win with the Habs, am I right? What did he ever win? I rest my case. All right, man. We're going to be a 40-win team in our sleep. Beautiful. And we're doing a good job of keeping pace with Washington. 39, 18, and 4 the day before the deadline. Michael Neuwirth up to a 909. Still great in goals against. PK has gotten better. And we are in first by 1 point over Washington with 4 games to go. So, do we change anything? And it might depend on who's available. If we look to make a change. Neuwirth's done very well. Crawford, still not incredible. Crawford also lost his ability. Yeah, he had silver dialed in, and he lost it. Might be time to cash out on Corey Crawford. Defensively, if we can find an elite level right D, we should probably make the move. Jeff Skinner has done very well. Very well. So has Radulov. I don't think we necessarily need any help scoring-wise in the top 6. I mean, Ryan Malone's still disappointing from a scoring perspective, but Vinny Lecavalier has 41 goals. Corey Stillman, 18 points in 36 games. So in a full season, he'd be on pace for 41 points still, which is very good for a third liner. I think the only thing we could really look to do is improve the defensive ability of someone like Colton Gillies. But he brings the physicality. I don't know if there's much to change. Goalie and a right D. We have the depth scoring. Our PK has gotten better. If we can get a more reliable defensive option on that left wing side and improve at right D, it looks like we're fine. So let's go to the deadline. We'll see who's available. But goalie is this is the rare time goalie is the top target, including Ilya Bryzgalov. No trades found. Shit. Ilya Bryzgalov, though, huh? Let's go look at Phoenix. Goalies. Briz. No trades found, even with an open block. Damn. Tim Thomas won't come here. Yoni Pikkanen's a left defenseman. Mike Fisher has 3 years left. That's a bit rough for me. I mean, Mike Fisher would be great for the fourth line, but I don't think I can keep him happy. He's clause protected anyway. David Backus is an 87 overall. I can't keep him on the fourth line. Mikko Koivu, Chris Kelly, Yarrow. Still nothing for Yaroslav Halak. Zubov is a right D at age 40 in case we wanted this team to get even older. We got Zubov on Carolina. Brian McKinnon. Marek Zidlichky. He's still got some time, though. Steven Reinprecht. Reinprecht would be a pretty good fit for the fourth line this year. So we need to talk to Florida, Carolina, and potentially Montreal. So anyway, they'll find interest. And again, I prefer using Trade Finder, so I can't just be like, here's all the draft picks. Yeah, they don't want anything for Halak. Florida. Steven Reinprecht would be a really good fit. A really good fit for our fourth line. He's on an expiring deal. No extension. The price is really high, though. I mean, Derek Morris in a second, I'm willing to do it because then I could flip. Okay, so Derek Morris in a second isn't that bad. What is the cost of Sergei Zubov, who is on an expiring deal? Shit. Basically, it's, are you willing to trade all of your draft picks to try and go for this damn cup? Let's see. Let's look around elsewhere really quickly. And right D and a fourth liner that plays any particular position. It's kind of what I'm in the market for. Mike Weaver's not enough of an improvement. Tarasenko obviously doesn't fit. Mark Recchi? Mark Recchi could be a big fit. Jordan, I see that message. Give me 1 minute to get through deadline, because as you know, there is a timer. What's the cost for Mark Recchi? Thank you for the follow, by the way, too. Cody Hodgson, TJ Brennan, a 6th round pick in TJ Brennan. I mean, Mark Recchi for the fourth line's not bad. Not at all. Might even be able to still contribute offensively. I love TJ Brennan. Let me see if they'll take somebody else aside from TJ Brennan. But yeah, I'd love to get Mark Recchi here. That's more than good enough. Who's of similar value to TJ Brennan? Will you take Tedenby instead? Yes. All right. 6th round pick and Matthias Tedenby to Boston for Mark Recchi. I need to find a right defenseman improvement, if possible. And then we got to look for a goalie. I need to sort by overall more than value here if we're going to find who we need. Again, there's Sergei Zubov. God, he's expensive. I imagine Pavel Kubina is going to be about the same. K-Town coming in with the resub. Thank you for that. Again, Kubina's not bad and won a Stanley Cup in Tampa. Second and the third's a decent amount to give up. He's under contract for a decent amount of time as well. I'll consider that. He's not this gigantic improvement, though, on Derek Morris. Scott Hannon doesn't work. Scratchinch doesn't work. Of course, assigning rights to Artemi Panarin, which they still have no interest in dealing to me. I don't think we're going to find that defensive improvement. K-Town, I'm doing well. How are you? Stressing over the deadline, as always. Marek Zidlichky. He's 34. Another offensive defenseman. He's got a no movement clause as well. Would waive it to come here, but I'm not trading Peter Sikora. I don't think we're going to find that crazy right defenseman. JP Dumont would still be cheap as hell, which is nuts. Mark Streit doesn't play the proper side that we need. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Joel. I don't think I'm finding that defenseman. We at least got Mark Recchi to improve the bottom six. But yeah, this defenseman that I need just does not exist. All right, defensemen are at a premium right now. So then the other thing to look for would be goalies. So glad your channel isn't disappearing off my finals channel. So let's give it time. It's YouTube, man. Shit just disappears all the time. On YouTube, Twitch for that matter as well. Doesn't matter. It's like, you don't like this person. Okay, I mean, Corey Schneider hasn't been particularly great this year. Mike Smith. Could he be due for a return? Nope. Washington says no. Pav Electric has been anything but. Tim Thomas won't come here. Bastard. Mark Recchi might be the only shortcoming that we might be able to address. Just kind of rough. B4 with the Bitskis. Thank you for that. One more try for Euro. No. They just don't want to give him up. They just don't want to give him up, and I like going through Trade Finder, so I can't just throw issues at the problem. Dwayne Rollison, I mean... real life, he did very, very well for the Lightning. Very well. Nope. Ottawa says no. Fucking Mike Brodeur. And again, the Coyotes just will not deal me Brizgalov. I think we're probably stuck. I think so. From Jordan, I'm here from the YouTube side of things. You don't get a chance to watch the streams and follow things along. I'm so sorry. I stream at a terrible time. You should really upload more on YouTube and put everything in the playlist. I am always very bad about putting stuff in the playlist. YouTube-wise, I'm literally just waiting for a couple thumbnails to get made, and then more stuff will be there. It's been a busy time for your boy, which means I don't do as much as I should do from the YouTube perspective. It's just, yeah, I need to get better at that. Only way we're improving on right D is if I pay an arm and a leg for Sergei Zubov. Yara Halak just got traded to the Blues. Yaroslav Halak just got traded to St. Louis. Mosey, a good deal for all three teams. As boring as it is. Son of a bitch, man. Yeah, what we need just isn't out there. Yeah, Snipe, pat yourself on the back for that one, huh? Oh, man. That's insane. Cynical, goddamn. All right. Well, we got Mark Recchi for the fourth line. St. Louis willing to flip Halak? No, they are not. I just don't think there's much else I can do here. I don't think there is. Unless we want to sacrifice that first round pick. And then potentially have to trade back into the first round later on. I am worried about the goalies. And Derek Morris and Adrian Aucoin are not bad. But I was hoping for an improvement. I just don't think we're going to get it. Oh, no trade for Briz. Thomas won't come here. The price for Zubov is what? A first, a second, and Cody. Ooh, a first, a third, and Cody Hodgson. I'm tempted. What could I get for Derek Morris if I move him and then pick up Zubov? Second and a fifth. Charlie Coyle, Nigel Dawes. It's like a second rounder for Morris. 2/3, second and a third from Vancouver. Second and a third from Vancouver is pretty damn good. But how much better is Zubov going to be than Morris, you know? That's the question. Because when I said like a really high level right defenseman, I think Zubov got traded. He did. So now it would be Marek Zidlichky, which he won't come here because he's clause protected. So yeah, I literally cannot get that right defensive option that I'm looking for. It doesn't exist. Does not exist. Unless the Coyotes were to change their mind about Briz. As Nashville traded Dumont to Atlanta. That's not good news for me. What's the word for Rolison? No trade found. So I think we're done. The big move was Mark Recchi. Multi-time cup winner at the very least. But that's going to prove to be the move. That is true. They could have just taken him off the board as opposed to moving him. Yeah, Mark Streit's off the board. Cabina's off the board. Yeah, it's just nothing I can do. Any little pieces that I might want to trade away that I just don't have faith in being worth anything? And we still got Robin Lehner as a bargaining chip. Is Antti Ranta worth anything? Sergei Samsonov for dirt cheap. Rodney Clark, Grant Klitzum. I don't even think we need Sergei as a depth option, though, crazily enough. I guess we'll wait until the draft. Any defensemen that I can move on from? Not really. Our roster's our roster. It just is what it is. I exclusively blame Tim Thomas. The fact that he rejects an offer and we are on his no-trade list is infuriating. Damn it, Tim. Damn it. Again, Paul Correa's out there, but we don't have space for him. Zidlichky's clause protected. Can't do anything. The team is the team. Coyotes will not budge about Brizgalov. Bastards. Absolute bastards. San Jose has made a deal. 2 seconds to the Coyotes for Pothier. Okay, well, now that that's happened, maybe they'll change their mind. Fuck. They did not. How you gonna put Brizgalov on the block and then just not move him at all, you know? How you gonna do that to me? That is just cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah. Mark Recchi, let's hope that you're enough, because that's all that's gonna happen for this deadline. A little bit more quiet than what I was hoping for. Adam Party is on waivers. Not a bad depth defenseman. I'm going to say yes, actually. Claim Adam Party. Let's see, we had to send down the Janus, which is fine. So Party, Smobby. We'll try to send Party down through waivers ourselves. And he cleared. So that's a nice little boost for the AHL team. And then Mark Recchi is here. And we're good. So it fucked up the lines again, which is a shame. I'm not going to fix it until the playoffs in terms of optimizing power play and everything. Let's get Colton Gillies out for Peter Sikora. And then we have Hall, Fiddler, and Recchi. So Fiddler switches over, Adam Hall plays center, Recchi on the right. Still a really strong team. Hedman a coin, Mazzaros, Morris. Again, I need Matthias Olin to be slightly higher up for morale purposes. Goalies is still Crawford and Neuwirth. I'm not totally confident in them, but what are you going to do? And then for the AHL, is there anybody that I need to sub out? At forward, no, there was not. So I'm not even worried about optimizing playtime or anything. And then Ty Wishart is out for Mark Barbario. Alex Biega will be out for Yanni Hakanpää. Hakanpää has gotten plenty of playing time this year. Let's get Biega back in there. And goalies are Tokarski and Antti Ranta. There it is. All right, gentlemen. Let's hope that's enough. Let's hope. We are battling in a very competitive Eastern Conference here. Let's wrap up this season. We'll go to April 1st, actually, before anything else. I want to see what we're looking like here. I want to see how we do this month as well. Not a strong start. I feel like my teams always have a post-deadline slump, even if I don't make moves. I have no idea. No idea. But this is what it is. I feel kind of bad for keeping my first round pick, but I couldn't even get the trade to have it make sense. Sucks. All right. So that is maybe Smobby out for Matthias Oland, who hopefully does not get hurt. Never had a team come out of deadline guns blazing, right? All right, Oland is 100%. Good. As we could very well be a 50-win team, and it's not even going to matter because we have the Caps in our frickin' division. We just lost to them 8-4. We are really causing issues here. We have clinched a playoff spot, which is nice, but we're causing future issues for ourselves by losing some of these games. We're going to end up with a lower playoff seed than we should. But Season 2, oh my God. Hello? The fuck do you mean 10-0? Oh my God. We lost 10-0. Who was in net for this one? Michael Neuwirth for most of it. Well, in fairness, I mean, I imagine it was Crawford. Dude, Crawford got chased from the game in 5.5 minutes. And then Neuwirth was just a sieve, I should say, in the sim. Again, like, you have a game like that against a real contender in the East, you feel like a bit of a fraud. Not being able to get a goalie at the deadline is rough. Not bad. Congratulations. Our goals per game has dropped. Our goals against has plummeted. Our power play is still good, but both goalies are now sub 900 in save percentage. We went from competing for this division title. We did just beat the hell out of Toronto. To now, we are in a fair amount of trouble. We're playing Florida for the 6th time. We haven't lost to them yet this season, I think. Or that means we have lost to them all the time. Corey Crawford is hurt just before the playoffs begin. So here comes Dustin Tokarski. Oh boy. Our Achilles heel isn't just exposed. There's flashing lights pointing directly to it. We lose 7-4 to New Jersey, and we have our final game of the season against Boston. I said we were probably a 50-win team. We might not even hit 48. As we do beat the Bruins for win number 48 to end the year. We are a playoff team. We finished second in our division. Corey Crawford apparently will be ready to go. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think there's easily a scenario in which Dustin Tokarski plays in the playoffs, which is horrifying, but realistic is what I'm going to have to go with. All right, let's take a look at how it all played out. 48 wins for the Lightning after missing the playoffs last year. The Caps and the Thrashers both make it as well. The Atlantic Division sees New Jersey, the Rangers, and Penguins make the playoffs. In the Northeast, it's Montreal, and from last to the playoffs, the Toronto Maple Leafs have made the postseason. So you will have New Jersey, Toronto, Washington, Atlanta, and we're going to draw, unless I'm wrong, Montreal in the first round. That's a little bit unfortunate. In the Central Division, it's Chicago's. Nashville and Detroit also make the playoffs. Poor Columbus, they weren't even close. Pacific Division is Phoenix and San Jose. Why the hell were the Coyotes trying to trade Brizgalov then? And in the Northwest, Vancouver, Calgary, and Minnesota. So the Western Conference, because you had Chicago, Phoenix, and Vancouver as division winners, it should be Chicago, Minnesota, Vancouver, Detroit, Phoenix, and San Jose, Calgary, and Nashville, if I'm not mistaken, is the setup here. So let's take a look. Best team in the league. We didn't finish in the top 8. The Devils won the President's Trophy. We were 9th in the league, while Boston, Columbus, and the New York Islanders were the bottom 3. Damn. St. Louis, the trade for Halak, they were still way down there as well. In terms of scoring, Vincent Lecavalier had a tremendous season. A lot of our star players did. Vinny on 96 points with 53 goals. Stamkos also hit 50 goals on 94 points. MSL, 94 points as well. Looks like Alexander Radulov is going to beat Jeff Skinner for the Calder, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, we put Skinner on the top line. We gave him every chance. Ryan Malone, 57 points. I'm still not too happy with him. But I have no choice but to be happy with him. Otherwise, we're going to have to buy him out, because there's no way he's waiving that trade clause. No shot. So he's just here for now. Corey Stillman, 25 points. It's good. It's good. Again, you do the math, which would be 82 divided by 57 times 25. He is on a 36-point pace for the season. For an old man on the third line, that's good. So, very happy with that. How did Mark Recchi do once we acquired him? 11 points in 21 games. No complaints. Perfect. Lombardi, 37 points, minus 15. I'm a bit disappointed in Matthew Lombardi. I thought he could do better offensively, especially because we put him with a playmaker and a sniper all season. He was almost outscored by Vernon Fiddler, who was on the fourth line all year. Peter Sikora. A 25-point pace for my GOAT. I don't know if he's starting in the playoffs or not. He has scored some clutch playoff goals in his career, but that's disappointing. Wow, and Fedoruk was better than Gillies. That's not good. Defensively, Victor Hedman led the team in points with 32. Coyne and Mazzaros were okay. Mazzaros-Oland is not a good pairing. But also Oland and Smobby are duplicated. Okay. For the goalies, Jesus Christ. I said there were signs pointing right at our Achilles heel. There you go. We do not have a goalie that we can trust right now. Alexander Ovechkin leads the league in points. He scored 72 goals. You had a Ginla up there, Semin, Henrik Sedin, and Nick Backstrom as the top 5. For goal scorers, it's Ovi, Ginla, Kovalchuk, Lecavalier, Stamkos, and Camilleri. The 6 to hit at least 50 goals. For the defenders, Andrei Markov, great season. And Toby Enstrom for Atlanta, Mike Green, Duncan Keith, and John Michael Lyles. For the goalies, the winningest, Martin Brodeur. Ian Lundqvist, the only 2 goalies that hit at least 40 wins. Shutout leader, Cam Ward, Cristobal Huey, and then Henrik Lundqvist was tied with Florian Briz. And save percentage, it looks like it's Brizgalov's Vezina to lose. Although, based on the weird save percentage, it's actually going to be Chris Mason. I also just realized I totally forgot to look at the trades post-deadline. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for that. I think I was just so disappointed I couldn't get a goalie. But yeah, Radulov likely wins the Calder over Jeff Skinner. As long as it's one of them and not Taylor Hall, I'm good with it. Apparently this was also Brad Marchand's rookie year. So there you go. Who's kicking around in net for Norfolk? Dustin Tokarski. So, we're going to have to deal with our issues. Let's confirm our first round playoff matchup. It is against Montreal. That is not a team I wanted to see in the first round. A 52-win Habitant team. Corey Crawford is not going to be able to dress for game 1, or he's going to get injured. So the choice, shout out to Gaz for the follow, is Michael Neuwirth or Dustin Tokarski. Or we go for the Finn, Riku Helenius. So odds are Dustin Tokarski will either, at the very least, is going to be the backup, if not the starter. I don't want to disrupt morale by sending down Smobby, but it'd be nice to have him in the AHL. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth the morale disruption right now. God, Peter Sikora, what the hell are we going to do with you, man? Especially because I need to be able to trade that contract. Because he has not worked out. You know what? Let's send down Smobby. Fuck the morale penalty. I don't care. Really not worried about it. Colton Gillies is going to get sent down as well. If we don't have Peter Sikora in the lineup, Sikora, you're going to get another chance, buddy, but it's not a great situation to be in. We are going to have to call up Dustin Tokarski. Honestly, let's send down Todd Fedoruk as well. Again, fuck the morale. I just need to make sure Norfolk's looking okay. I don't even actually know if they're in a playoff spot. Apparently, a lot of people really like Todd Fedoruk, so hold on. Let me make sure Norfolk's even in a playoff spot. Otherwise, I'm going to need some call-ups. We got to fix the power play lines and everything, too. Norfolk have made the playoffs. Okay, they're playing Binghamton. Cool. So, yeah, we want to make sure that roster's stacked then. So, from the NHL perspective, we are going to go Skinner, Stamkos, San Luis, Malone, Lecavalier, Radulov, Stillman, Lombardi, Sikora, Fiddler, Hall, and Recchi. We need you, Pete. Defensively, Hedman and Matthias Oland. Mazaros, Morris, Martinez, and a coin. Goalies, Crawford has to sit. God, are we really going to throw Michael Neuwirth out there? I have to. I mean, he had 3 shutouts this year. Michael Neuwirth gets the start in game 1 because if Crawford plays, he'll break a leg. It's just the way this damn game works. Hellenius and Janus for Norfolk. Defense. Yeah, we pretty much just want to make sure that the healthiest guys are in. Let's get TJ Brennan in for Ty Wishart. That's something I'd like to see happen anyway. I don't think there's anybody else to take out of there. Not worried about like Barbario playing right now. Hakanpää. Get Ty Wishart back in. We'll just go with the highest rated dudes. Well, the chemistry is not ideal, but is what it is. And then Rob Klinkhammer. Get out of there for Derek Grant, just because Klinkhammer will get hurt. So, at least Todd Fedoruk gets to play. I guess. We really should drop Fedoruk down. Ronaldo, too. Too many penalties. All right. Teams are ready to go. I do still think... You know, I'm going to leave the power play and the PK the same for now. We can adjust it. But I'm hoping it'll function on its own, just with the way the team is set up. The Montreal Canadiens. What do they look like heading into the playoffs? This is going to go poorly.